need to press the button on there as well. Uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no. Here, have a sleepy cat. I think I'm gonna sneeze. It feels like I'm gonna sneeze. No, it went away. Hello, Marie. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow to you. Welcome. Jammy Dodgers knew that it was streaming night, came right up, hopped onto a good stream sleep location, and curled herself right up. Yeah, the sneeze seems to have gone away. Welcome, SJ. Welcome, Marie. Welcome, Ashley. Welcome, Summer. Yeah, you can take back your bless me. Your bless me? Oh, English does not like that construction. I apparently didn't need it. And also, I don't believe that anything weird happens to your soul when you sneeze. Because that's weird. Yes, Jammy is always so prepared for stream. Because she just gets to sleep the whole time. And that's a beautiful thing. But we're not, surprisingly, shockingly, some of you will disagree, but we are not actually here to just admire Jammy Dodgers. As much as we love to admire Jammy Dodgers. That's not the primary purpose of tonight's stream. We are going to be taking focus off of Jammy Dodgers at some point. The primary purpose of tonight's stream is to talk about some awesome nail polish. And I should bring up my my info stuff here because y'all know how good I am at being prepared and having my information with me. Notoriously prepared Peggy. That's what they call me. They call me Prepared Peggy. You also love Jammy now? I'm so glad, Summer. I actually have 2 other cats as well, but generally speaking, Jammy is the one that tends to join me on stream. There's another one that looks very similar to Jammy Dodgers, her sister Budgie Smuggler. Apocalypse Polish, I assume that's Annie dropping by to distract with jokes. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. Exactly, Ashley. Jammy is the best at streaming. And the other 2 are aware of that. And so they generally let her have the limelight. Shall we look at the polish, though? Do y'all want to look at polish? I want to look at polish. So what I have here are the Plus Life Lacquer's Minecraft Potion Jellies. Let me just switch on over to the nail cam here. So right out the gate, disclosure, I was sent these in exchange for swatching. So I, produced some photos for Plus Life in exchange for free polish. But this stream is just because y'all know we love content. Content makes us content. And also we like to play with polish. And also, Ashley had the cutest nail art idea, and I'm stealing it. She did give me permission to steal it, so I think probably that's not theft. But, so we are also going to do some nail art in addition to just doing a little swatcheroo. Stream feels early, but that's only because you have to run to a postpartum shift. Well, it sounds like a you problem, Marie. Stream does not feel, stream always kind of feels a little bit weird to me these days because somehow Somehow it always seems to be the case that we need to rush somewhere on Thursday right before stream, and we're not daytime people. We're not morning people. We're not daytime people. We're people that like we kind of get going in the evening. And so if I need to like Brian needed to pick up a prescription tonight. So, pharmacy closes at 9. That means we have to get to the grocery store sometime before to do all our grocery shopping and everything, and then get back in time for stream. So like it means there's like a 3-hour window where everything is chaos, and it seems to be happening like every Thursday night lately. I don't know why that is, but I think it's just that we secretly love chaos. But we planned it a little bit better tonight and managed to get back home in time that I wasn't completely psychotically rushing. Anyway, on to the polish. Let's look at polish. So this collection, 10-piece collection, it's 9 jellies and then the topper. So the theme of the whole thing is Minecraft potions. And they all have the same formula, except the topper is slightly different. So each one of them is one of these super punchy, colorful jellies with hollow bar glitters. And except for the topper, which has the clear base, it still has the bar glitters, but then it also has silver reflective glitters in it. So you get a little extra. Look at that. Ooh. The one time that I don't mind my camera not focusing, oh, look at that. Delicious hollow. So I'm going to tell you, before trying these out, so I've always been a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about bar glitters. Like the black matte bar glitters are an absolute no for me. They're horrifying. And a lot of the matte colored ones look a little creepy to me. Because you know why. They look like hairs. But I gotta tell you, when I got these on my nails, I was like, they're just so sparkly. They're so sparkly and rainbowy that it totally won me over. So I ended up actually wearing these in 2 different nail art configurations, as well as just the regular, full hand swatches. So I was like basically wearing nothing but these for an entire week, which is pretty much unheard of for me because I'm usually changing my polish like every single day. And well, I was changing my polish all the time, but I kept reaching for these again and again. So Ashley, I will not execute your ideas better. I will just execute your ideas different. You execute your own ideas wonderfully. Don't be down on yourself like that. I'll come and punch you. I won't. YouTube, I won't actually punch her. I'll punch her with love. She's my friend. Yeah, warp travel. Absolutely, Summer. You're totally right. I kept we were actually talking about this. Ashley and I were talking about this, and this is how the nail art idea came up. She was saying that they reminded her of fireworks or pom-poms. And I kept getting this so there's it's like a weird light bulb thing that my last roommates had, that had these the glass had this weird mirror finish with weird little holes in it in a way that made the sort of infinity hole kind of weirdnesses that shifted color and everything when you looked at it. If you've seen them, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen them, then I'm talking crazy talk, and there's nothing I can do to help you with that because it's a crazy thing. But it kind of reminded me of that. That's what I kept thinking of when I was looking at them. But yeah, they're just really cool. So I've been having a lot of fun with them. So we're going to get them out of my nails again, but first let's go through them. And what I want to do is actually swatch them, on a swatch ring, so that I have that. And then we'll do the nail art on my nails. And I'll explain to you the nail art concept, once I'm done with the initial swatching. Now, when I did let me turn this other light on as well. When I did the full hand swatches for these, I did do 2 coats, and now obviously they're jellies, right? So they're not going to be opaque in 2 coats. But I really like the way they look in 2 coats. I think you could totally, build up a 3rd coat if that's your preference. And obviously you'll get more hollow payoff for that. But I kind of just really liked the translucent sort of squishiness of them in 2 coats. So that's where I stopped with them. And I think we'll probably just do 2 coats on the ring. Although if y'all feel strongly about it and want to see a 3rd coat, we can definitely go ahead and do a 3rd coat on the ring. So first up we have one that is sort of it's not quite a magenta. It's definitely more of a pink, hot pink base called Regeneration. So the official description here, Summer wrote the cutest descriptions for these. Because they are actually based off of potions from Minecraft. So Regeneration here grants a half heart every 2.5 seconds for 45 seconds. So it's described as a dark watermelon pink jelly with the silver hollow bar glitters. My phone keeps buzzing and Brian's phone keeps dinging in the next room because there seems to be some sort of like family conversation going on in the group signal chat. And so I keep getting like notifications posting on my phone down here, which is of course the primary way that I can see chat. So it keeps getting in the freaking way. So if you keep seeing me doing a little swipe and getting annoyed, that's why. Okay, and then we have a red one here that is Healing is the name of this. It grants 2 hearts. This is a chili red jelly with the same silver hollow bar glitter. I'm not going to keep saying silver hollow bar glitter because literally all of them are silver hollow bar glitter. So just assume that part. Because I'm going to start tripping over it if I keep saying it. All right, and then the orange is the fire resistance. So this one grants fire resistance for 3 minutes. Vivid orange jelly. Ashley says we did a fun game where I would tell my 10-year-old the name of the polish and he would tell me what it did. We're nerds. Yeah, well, we know you're nerds. It's okay. We're all nerds here. We're not all the same variety of nerd. Most of my nerdery does not involve potions. It seems like the red is picking up a little bit pinker on camera than it really is, which is interesting. It definitely, when I build it up on my nails at least, it definitely reads red on me. But yeah, it looks like it's reading just a little bit pinker on camera than it actually is. Okay, and then we have the yellow, which is Leaping, and this is a warmer yellow. This grants half block extra jump for 3 minutes, and it's described as a school bus yellow jelly. I really like this one. It's a really, I already am sort of biased. I like yellow, but I especially like these warmer yellows. I really, really enjoy like the school bus, sunflower kind of family of yellows, where they're just a tiny bit warmer than a true primary yellow. Okay, and then Night Vision. So there are 2 greens in this collection. This is the first one. Night Vision grants Night Vision, who'da thunk it, for 3 minutes. And it is described as a lime green jelly. And I freaking love this one. This one reads a little bit more sheer on my nails than some of the other ones for some reason. And I think that's just a skin tone thing. Like, I think it just seems sheerer because it doesn't seem to be like on, if you look at it like on the swatch stick, it doesn't appear that way. Something about the way it looks on my nails, I found it sort of vibed a little bit sheerer. So I would probably do a third coat of that if I was doing it again. Oozing is the darker green. So this is more of like I would say more of an almost emerald, or maybe like a grass green. So oozing spawns 2 slimes upon the affected entity's death. And Summer has it described as a juicy green jelly. So does not try to tell you what kind of green it is aside from juicy, which they all are. But yeah, I think maybe a grass green. Super pretty. I think they look slightly more similar to each other here, these 2 greens, than they do in real life. I don't know. We'll see once there's another coat on there as well. The chartreusey one looked sheerer to you as well. The blues were more opaque just from your perspective. Yeah, Ashley also had this got this collection to swatch, and you should, if you haven't seen Ashley's swatches of these yet, you should go check them out because she did a great job with them. They look awesome. That's polish.mess for anybody watching who does not already know who Ashley is. So the next one here is possibly, it's definitely top 3, I'm going to say, for me, just because I am always obsessed with anything in the teal turquoise range. So anybody who's met me knows that this was going to be one of my faves. So this is Swiftness. Swiftness grants 20% speed for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes? For 3 minutes. Not for 30 minutes. That would be a long time in Minecraft life. 20% speed for 3 minutes. And it's described as a teal jelly, and then she has a note here that it's not as dark as button mashing, which I do not have to compare. So, but if you have button mashing, then you have something to compare it with. This is not as dark as that. It's actually, it looks a lot darker in the bottle. I mean, that's kind of always true with jellies, is that, you know, they're always going to look a little more sort of intense, a little more saturated in the bottle. But this one in particular, I think, really looks quite a bit different on the nail than it does in the bottle. I love it. This one, the chartreuse, which is called Night Vision, and the orange one, the Fire Resistance, those are my favorites from this collection. And again, anybody who has met me knows that those would be my favorites. Followed closely by Regeneration, the pink. Some are apologizing for horrible color descriptions. Yeah, the entire collection is juicy as hell, Summer. So describing one of them as juicy, it's not wrong. It's not an incorrect description. It's just, you know, yeah, and. So this one's water bottle. This one's the true blue. Water bottle is the first of many necessary ingredients to make a potion in Minecraft. So this is a deep ocean blue. It's super pretty too. Like, calling out my top 3 faves is in no way meant to disparage any of the others that did not make it into my top 3. It's just that, you know, I love those ones. Okay, and then the next one, Ashley, wait, your favorite is not the purple? Yeah, in a huge shock to everybody, the purple is not my favorite. Listen, it's okay for purple not to be someone's favorite color, and I think that y'all need to stop the purple harassment, okay? So the purple is Turtle Master, which grants slowness 4, 5, 6. That's a 6. Slowness 6. I don't play Minecraft, y'all. I don't freaking know. and resistance 3 for 20 seconds. It's a rich purple jelly. So that's all of the color jellies in one coat. You're also not a purple fanatic, Summer? Gratifying. See, it's okay for purple not to be your favorite color. And then the last one is the topper, and I will go ahead and swatch that out as well. The topper is invisibility. Obviously, it grants invisibility for 3 minutes. So clear base on this one, so you're not going to see anything except for the glitters, and it's got both the hollow bar glitter and silver reflective glitter. So if you need a little extra bling, that's your spare bling there. Try and get it to focus a little closer there so you can see the particles on there. All right, so we'll go through and do a second coat real quick. Whenever a purple is Peggy's favorite, we will call for a wellness check. It has happened, actually. It's extremely rare, but purples have been in my, maybe not my absolute favorite in a collection, but in my top few of a collection on a couple of occasions. And every time that has been the case, without fail, it's been a magnetic that has some sort of multichromatic sort of qualities to it. You always need extra bling. I mean, yeah. Oh my God, it's Ez. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're doing the first part of things where we just swatch out the delicious, tasty jellies on a swatch ring, and then we're going to follow it up with some nail art. Okay, so that's the second coat of healing, the red jelly. And then second coat of fire resistance. I always manage to not get enough for the size of these freaking nails on these swatch rings. They take so much polish. Yeah, the red totally changes when you put the second coat on, right? All of a sudden it's oh no, that actually is red. But it was looking really pink in the first coat, which is interesting. Leaping is the yellow. Everything sort of becomes so much more itself when you get the second coat on. And this is, I think, why I stopped at 2 coats. Because I really felt like at 2 coats I had full saturation and I wasn't going to necessarily gain anything from adding more after that. You would add some more of the glitter packing, right? You'd end up with some extra glitteriness. So if you wanted to really, really, really blast the hollow, a third coat would probably be helpful for that. But this is also just a really good jelly formula. Sorry, I didn't say that one was night vision. This one is oozing. You can see why night vision is one of my favorites, eh? That super chartreuse, that oh, it's so good. It's so juicy. I love a good chartreuse. What was I talking? I keep interrupting myself and getting distracted. I don't know what I was saying 3 minutes ago. Can you put... Wait, this is making you want Jell-O? What do you mean question mark? They're literally called jellies because they make you want Jell-O, SJ. I mean, come on. Ashley, you went for 3 coats because you wanted more bar glitter? Yeah, that's legit. I just felt like it was so satisfying in 2 coats, and normally I'm very much a 3-coat girl, but I just really liked the way they looked in 2. Regeneration is made with 2 different red pigments. One is a true red, the other is more of a cranberry red to really get the juicy feeling. Oh, that must be why it looks a little bit more pinky in the first coat, because it's got a little bit of a warm undertone. or a cool undertone rather happening with it. Not warm. Jeez. Brain is doing super well today. Okay, this one's Swiftness that I just added a second coat to. Ashley says I should put one layer of each polish to see what it looks like for science. Juicy Polish Mountain. Oh, like, okay, yes, I understand. Yeah, we can do that. Should I do them in rainbow order? Like in the order that I have them on here? I understood what you said, Ashley. It took me a second, but I did understand it. Sorry, that one was water bottle. I'm like trying to read chat at the same time as swatching and then also talking, and my brain is forgetting to actually say the names of the polishes as I go. This one is Turtle Master, so there's second coat. And I'm going to skip the second coat for the topper because I feel like it's probably not necessary, but what I might do is do a stripe of white and a stripe of black underneath. Okay, and then Ashley has requested a Polish Mountain. So let's do a Polish Mountain nail. We're going to have to build up the Polish Mountain nail slowly over the course of the stream. Otherwise, it will just turn into a melted grossness. But we can get it started now. Let me grab a black and a white. All right, now do y'all want to see a third coat on the swatch wheel, or do you care? Are you happy seeing it in just two? Or does everyone want to see a third coat on the swatch wheel? Because I'm not going to be doing like full coats on my nails because I have a plan for nail art. So you're not going to see it in 3 coats on my nails. Y'all can just vote or whatever. All right, I'm just going to do a little white stripe and then a black stripe. 2 is good. 2 coats is fine. All right. They are like super saturated. So I do feel like since it's a jelly and it's not going to go opaque no matter what you do, as long as you have the saturation, for me, that is what I'm looking for out of it, and enough of the hollow. And I think where people are going to disagree with me is what constitutes enough hollow. Summer says all of her swatches are 3 coats, and if you need to see 3. So just FYI. So that's the ones that are actually from Plus Life owner / maker Summer are 3 coaters. So, and I'm sure that other swatchers also did 3 coats. Now I do want to do I'm going to go ahead and put the red on the mountain one. I do want to do a glossy top coat on the swatch ring because I do feel like it makes a huge difference. And I normally don't bother with my swatch rings, but when they're hollow, I really want to do that. I'm just going to use up this one. I'm going to use up one of my... You know how like you always have 500 little bottles where they're, you know, almost everything is gone from them for your top coat? I usually sort of just pour them all in together into, when I have like 5 or 6 of them collected, I'll just pour them all into one bottle. So this is what I use for when I do want to do a top coat on a swatch wheel. I use my Franken top coat for that. And I don't have to care if it's any good. It just has to be good enough to bring out the hollow. Although these do dry down, like, aside from the top coat, the rest of them dry down semi-glossy. They're like fairly glossy already. They definitely aren't like matte or anything, but the topper one does dry down a little more matte, I think because of the reflective glitters in it. They're a little thirsty, those reflective glitters. So in theory, you could probably get away without a top coat on the other ones, but I don't know why you would want to do that to yourself, because I don't know. I feel like we should all love ourselves. And part of loving yourself means putting top coat on your fucking nails. Ashley, saturated is the word you're looking for, yes. You totally thought the black and white would be painted like a hot dog, not a hamburger. You know what, SJ? I was feeling hamburger style today. I don't know why. Normally I do hot dog style, but I also wanted to have some that wasn't. So I could see it over clear. So I don't know. This is just what I came up with today. Yeah, you franken your top coat too. Yeah, it's fine on the swatch wheel. It doesn't matter. It's like I wouldn't put it on my nails, generally speaking, because yeah, it does tend to sort of have some dregs and can get a little cloudy or whatever, but it's completely fine on the swatch wheel to use the franken top coat. Heather, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Every indie brand did, in fact, bring out their most delicious polish collection of the year. I have had so many juicy polishes cross this nail desk over the past month or so, and there's so many that have come out that I did not get to swatch from other brands that I'm like, I want that. I want that really badly. I would like to have that, please. I can't buy them all, though. You can't. You cannot buy them all. I mean, I guess you could, but don't if you aren't, wealthy. Maybe just buy a few of them, though. Okay, so the nail art idea that Ashley had, because we were talking about what would be cute for nail art. And she mentioned googly eyes, and I was like, oh, maybe I could do some kind of like cute little fuzzy monsters. And then she said soot sprites, which soot sprites. Now, they're not Minecraft appropriate, but do we care about that particularly? I feel like we don't care about that. So I'm going to do soot sprites. And am I going to get them done on both hands? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I'm going to put the base down. And the base in this case is the topper, because you don't have to just use a topper on top. You can use a topper on bottom. There's no law against it. You're not going to get arrested. As long as nobody tells, the powers that be. So far, they haven't made any laws about that. So we can just do it our own way. Oh, you got a Canadian sorry. Yeah. I aim to please. I can't help it if my sorries are sometimes more Canadian than others. You gonna focus? Thank you. Yeah, so we're gonna do some soot sprites, and what I decided was I would do the topper on the bottom and then soot sprites on the nails. But there's a couple of things that I think I need help deciding. So decision number 1 is each soot sprite going to be a different color, one color, or should we do like some lazy gradient blob style multicolored soot sprites, and have like, say, 3 colors per soot sprite, and then we can vary those across the nails. So that's decision number 1 that is going to be up to y'all. And then decision number 2 that is going to be up to chat tonight is, do they have little arms and legs? Do all of them have little arms and legs? Do some of them have little arms and legs? What's the arms and legs desire? What are we looking for? So that's the second question. Do we want arms and legs? Maybe just on some of them? I don't know. And then I guess I just totally dinged that already. I also have to figure out whether I'm going to outline them in black or whether I want to, boy, I really messed that up. Or whether I want to outline them in a color that, goes with whatever color or colors that particular soot sprite is. In which case the arms and legs would match if arms and legs were a thing that it was going to have. That was a very complicated sentence, but hopefully y'all followed it. PBE is in 7 weeks. No, that's too soon. I still haven't I haven't booked travel. I need to book travel. I have the hotel book. Well, when I say I have the hotel booking, what I mean is that the friend that I'm going to be rooming with booked the hotel. And I said, yeah, sounds good. Thanks. So I just let her take care of it. I mean, they do have arms and legs. The question is, do we want all the arms and legs showing? I know that soot sprites are always black. These are not going to be these are not going to be black soot sprites, though. So the soot sprites are going to be the jellies. Do I want to outline them in black, or do I want to outline them in the color? Our soot sprites are not being traditional soot sprites. They're celebrating Pride. That's right, Ashley. Yeah, I need to finalize the button designs for you, Kat. I will do that. Summer says, I think some should have arms and legs, specifically ones holding little star foods. Star foods could be saturated instead of pastel. I don't want to do star foods, y'all. I just want to do the little dudes. They're dressed up for Pride. Y'all, the soot sprites are not going to be black, and you're just going to have to cope with that, okay? I believe in you. You can do this. It's going to be okay. Will it make you feel better if they're outlined in black? I still don't have a decision about whether each one is going to be a different color or whether they're going to be mottled colors. Cat, it's my stream. I'm going to call them soot sprites, no matter what you say. They're just wearing rainbow outfits. Quit arguing. The soot is the hollow bar glitter. Both what? Both what, SJ? There's a delay on chat. You guys are delayed. So you have to tell me what you're bothing. Oh, Ashley, I see where the dark and stormy comes from. Yeah. Kat's gonna get herself booted. Do I have mods? Mods! I don't have any mods. Guards! Some one color, some multi. All right. Since nobody else has offered an opinion about the actual color of the soot sprites that I'm gonna keep calling soot sprites, we're gonna do some of them one color and some of them multicolor. And you know what? I'm just going to start by blobbing. I think the one on the thumb really needs to be multiple colors. And I think I'm going to do like, maybe like pink and orange. And then like, I think I want to do a purple on there. Cat isn't the mod. Because I don't have any mods. And I would need a second mod to keep Cat in check. Because otherwise, I'm going to end up with like a situation like occurs on Nicole's streams where the mods are murdering each other in the streets. And also the streamer. All right, so that's going to be the base color for this one. And then let's do one that's both greens. I like that idea. May could mod you. Yeah, May could probably handle that. I think this one needs to be like sort of half the darker green and half the lighter green. These two greens look really cute together, by the way. I did a couple of different nail art looks with these that I haven't posted yet. One of them is like a sort of pixel thing. I just did like grid blocks of color. And then I'm going to do one that's just swiftness because it's my favorite color. And then I did one that's a lazy gradient rainbow all across the nails, which is just ridiculously cute. Right now they're just being round, but we're going to add the, when we do the outline, we'll add the shapiness to them. Pink, purple, blue sprite? Yeah, for sure. Pink, purple, blue. That can be this one. You like to have fun in Nicole's stream? Nothing wrong with that? Yeah. Fucking chaos mods. Ridiculous. Ridiculous humans. All of you. I love that, though. All right. This one is Summer's. Summer's little soot sprite. This one needs a little bit more blending, I think. There, it's a little better. Okay. Okay, and then I haven't used the yellow, so obviously I need to use, and I haven't used the red, so we'll do red and yellow for the last one. Okay. And then once those guys are dry, then we will add the arms and legs and black outlines. Actually, we could probably do the arms and legs before they're completely dry. I feel like those are going to be easy enough to do. Yeah. I did not have the cap on that one. I went to pick it up and it almost went very badly for me. Just want to smooch this a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. All right, now, Peggy, cap these before you make a huge fucking mess, please. Honestly. Okay, so we're going to use black creme for arms, legs, and outlines, and then we have the little eyes are going to be black and white, right? Let me just look up a little reference image here. I'm sure I know what they look like, but I just want to make sure I don't do something weird with the eyes or something. Yeah, okay. Okay. There we go. I got them. I got the little dudes. Okay, black. Also, okay. The other day, I was doing some nail art, and you know how I always use this as the palette, this yellow part as the palette for when I'm mixing my polishes for nail art? I can't get it open anymore. I spilled acetone, and I didn't realize that it had gotten on the side of the thing because it was turned away from me, the side that got splashed. And apparently acetone got all in this seam down here, and I cannot get it apart. I knew it had gotten on the bottom, but I didn't realize it had also gotten on that seam. So I no longer can use that, which has been really fun. Okay, we'll just flip that because you can't see the colors on that yet. Yeah, it was very ridiculous. I was mildly annoyed, and then I tried sort of forcing it apart, and that was not working. Okay, so it looks like their arms and legs are pretty woogly. So get some like little woogly leg. Quite simplistic little things. They're very cute. All right, and then do I want this one like holding its arms in front of it? I think I do. It's going to be holding its arms in front of it, this one. Just because I want that. It's just a little Zen buddy. Smash it with a hammer, maybe gently. Try heating it up a little. Yeah, that might work. I can certainly give that a shot. Okay, so I think the way I want to do this is basically make little lines all around the outside, and then sort of fudge the outline a little bit. Just making this up as we go along, you know? This is what happens when you try to make a Pride Soot Sprite look. Speaking of Pride, if any of you were not aware, a portion of the proceeds from this collection are going to be donated to benefit Rainbow Railroad, which, if you're somehow not familiar with Rainbow Railroad, they work to help people. I don't think this is the only thing they do, but primarily their purpose is to help queer people in places where they are persecuted to get to safer places. So at one point in time, it used to be the case that safer places included America. I don't know if that's necessarily the case these days. But yeah, they help people find safer places to be. And that's a pretty freaking good cause, in my opinion. I think it's $3 from each bottle of this collection. Let me just double check that. No, sorry, it's $2. $2 from each bottle of this collection sold are going to Rainbow Railroad. and one bottle as well from the previous rainbow sets that they've done. So the Soda Pop Shop and the arcade jellies from the last couple of years. Those $1 of those will also go to Rainbow Railroad. So good cause besides being incredibly cute jellies, which is part of why we are bending the Soot Sprite tradition here, because I think it should be okay for Soot Sprites to express themselves with different colors, personally. All right. Well, that Soot Sprite is a little bit wonky, but you know what? I think that we should just accept him the way that he is. Or she, or... No, this one's definitely a he. Where did I put my reference photos? There they are. Okay, just want to make sure I know what the eyeballs look like, because they're big roundy boys. So we do this, and then would probably have been easier actually to do the white first and then outline it, but you know, we don't plan things on this stream. Anybody who's been to more than one of these streams knows I'm allergic to planning. You can't make me do it. I can't even make me do it, so. Okay, and then pricing info, I believe it's $13 per polish. 11 for the topper. And if you grab the whole set, then you get 10% off. So that's a nice little deal. In addition to being for a good cause and being holy heck cute. I completely adore these. They're very satisfying jellies. And I'm very impressed with the saturation on them too. Like, I feel like not having to go back over more than once when I'm just blubbing them on like this is really nice. Okay. Get this little guy finished up. And then I need the teensiest dotting tool. Where is my itty bittiest dotting tool? You're not the itty bittiest one. Hello? Hello, tiny dotting tool? Is it you? You're pretty teensy. Let's do you. You're not the teensiest, but I think you'll work. Are you? No, you dried out too much. Yes, I'm talking to my tools. Y'all should be used to this by now. Okay. I feel like this little guy is just a little bit cross-eyed. There he is. There. Okay, he's officially cute. Now I do want to fix up this area here a little bit. I feel like I didn't do quite as good a job down here. And I think some of the little hairs need to be a bit longer, right? It's like some of them are always a little longer and some are a little shorter. So we got to make sure we have various hair height sizes. That'll help fix that too, actually. You enjoy the monologue? Well, I mean, it's either that or silence, so these are your options. Maybe I can mic up Jammy Dodgers and you can listen to her snore. Apparently some of you are able to hear her at least some of the time when she is snoring. She is doing a pretty good snore right now. So for those of you that have audio setups that are able to pick that out, you may be enjoying a jammy snore. And of course she just stopped. Okay, there is Soot Sprite the first, looking just a little bit shy, but happy to be here. Okay, next. Now this green and, well, two colors of green, light and dark green one, I think is going to be doing a little wiggle dance. I feel like this one's going to have its arms up. I'll just go like this. That seems correct. And then the other arm is going to be a little more this way. Yeah. Okay. And then maybe this one has its knees out like that. Oh, it's doing jumpies, I think. It's doing like a little jumpies dance. Yeah. Hey, buddy. It's normal. All right, you run back into there. The other side of this mat is covered in secrets. That's all I'm allowed to say. Okay. Now, get some... Oh, I think I made you just a little bit too runny there. You propose Edwin for the name of the thumb sprite? Accepted. Kat says they remind her of the rainbow creatures from Rainbow Bright. Sort of. Reminiscent. I hated that show when I was a kid. I didn't really like any TV when I was a kid for the most part. So it doesn't really say much. In retrospect, I really dig her fashion though. Like I would dress like that now if I could find those kinds of clothes and they were affordable and comfortable. I would 100% wear those clothes. Like, I'm sure I can find those clothes, but I'm also sure that they would be way too expensive. Yeah, she was a total icon. Absolutely. I just didn't enjoy the show itself so much. But I was like really more of a reader as a kid, so... Okay. I feel like that one hair on the top of his head is like too thick. But that's okay. That's okay. Now, this one... some great big eyes going. And then I feel like this one is probably looking up. I could be wrong, but that would be great cosplay. I agree. That would be a lot of fun. All right. Does anybody have a name for this friend? Does this friend get named after they're complete? I went and freaking screwed up the eye a little bit there. That's okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Jammy. Hang on. We need a little stretchies. We gotta do a little stretchies, a little turnaround. Very important Jammy Dodgers break here. I'm gonna have a drink of water while we have a Jammy Dodgers break. A little snorkel. There we go. Just gotta lean up on Gubby. Gubby is the ancient teddy bear that is slumped over there. Some of you have, of course, already seen Gubby before, but Gubby was my mother's teddy bear who got passed to me when I passed my childhood teddy bear onto my human larva when she was a little bean, when she was a wee nugget, because we didn't want her to damage Gubby. Gubby's been through enough. So Carmen got Benji, who was my childhood teddy bear, and I took Mom's teddy, Gubby. All right, there is, oh, sorry, we gotta switch back over to the nails. There's our little dancing friend, all in green. This one needs a name. And then move on to this center one. Yes, human larva. Listen. It's me. I think this one might be doing a little kicky. What do you think? I feel like it's got one leg kind of under it, doing some stabilization work. And then this, I swear, like this black just keeps drying out instantly. I think I need to add some thinner to the actual bottle. I think it's getting a little goopy in there. You say Spawn, it's on the same level? Yeah. You know? I'm not gonna use that word to refer to other people's kids unless they're friends and I know that they'll take it the same way. But when you're talking to buds, I think it's okay. Okay. Let's see. This leg, we're gonna do a little uppies and a little downies. And back uppies. Oh yeah. Oh, that is not how I was intending for it to come out, but I love it. It kind of looks like it's like at a bit of an angle, right? Like it's running sideways. Okay, one arm up. And then this arm is going to come out of the middle here because this is clearly going that way. Right? I think this is correct. Okay, and then the eyes, though, that means the eyes have to be, like, looking over that away. Is that a thing? Do soot sprites do that? I don't know. And I did not make that eye big enough. All the pictures I see of soot sprites are, like, face on. But we're gonna break some rules, I guess. It's okay. We already broke a bunch of rules with them, and we're being okay with that, Cat. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice gender neutral term without just saying child or baby, which there's nothing wrong with saying child or baby, but like when you're referring to somebody that's an adult now, especially, it's like, I don't know, weird for me. Because Carmen is a whole ass adult. All right. Oh my goodness. I like this little friend. This one might be my favorite so far. I don't know though. I like all of them, so. All right, you get back over there. The one thing about doing this on a silicone mat is that, of course, silicone bubbles. It like rises up and like swells and bubbles when you put acetone on it or nail polish. I'm not putting acetone on it. When you put any kind of solvent on it. And so it swells up and it makes a weird little like lump, like a little hill. And so all of the thinner rolls off of it instead of staying where I put it. So then I have to move it around. All right, we need some longer hairs here. And you are too thick again. Stay where I put you, damn it. No, I won't do it. That's why I usually like to use a stamping or a stamper to do that, because they don't swell. All right. But we're doing what we can here, and hopefully I'll be able to get that stupid thing off one of these days. Try the heat trick. I would have to use hot water, though. I don't really have a better way to... I don't have a blow dryer or anything. As discussed in a previous stream about how I'm a freak of nature that doesn't own a freaking dryer. Ray! Welcome. Hello. This Manny looks like your purse. Do you have pride soot sprites that will anger Cat on your purse? We're angering Cat tonight by calling these soot sprites, even though they're not black. I'm going to need a picture of your purse now. You may DM or put in Discord. Yeah, I did not make this one's eyes big enough. I'm gonna have to go out of... I'm gonna have to color outside the lines here and then just add some black again afterward. Hot steam from water kettle. I mean, yeah, I guess I could do that. I don't think that's significantly different from just using hot water. I think either one would probably work. try and hold it with the tongs over the kettle. Try not to injure myself. Peggy not injuring herself challenge 2025. Impossible. I walked into a little cabinet that's hanging on the wall in between my nail studio and Brian's office. I was just walking from one room into the other, but I did the thing where you take the turn too tight. And oh boy, did I ever do a number on myself. And it is just like, it was instantly this just big red mark. And incredibly painful. So I'm doing basically an awesome job. So yeah, let's play with steam. That sounds like a great idea. It would probably work really well though. But also I will probably murder myself. Yeah, less wet. I think I'll try just like hot tap water first and see if that does the trick. And if it doesn't, then we'll move on to more dangerous propositions. Okay. Now we need some little dots. I think this one is looking this way. Oop. I seem to have not gotten... There we go. That's a little better. There we go. Ashley, you're back. Welcome. Welcome back. I think they're coming out pretty cute so far. Okay. Next one is Summer's pink, blue, and purple one. Yeah, I don't like to keep them separated because I feel like I'm more likely to splash acetone directly on the silicone stamper, which is, you know, not good. And I don't want to damage the stamper, so I'm loath to sort of leave it open like that, but also clearly having it closed is a problem, so I'm not sure what the best solution is. Okay. I feel like this one needs this arm down doing something because we haven't had any of them with the arm down on that side. And then this arm can go up, up there. There we go. It does look like a bi-pride sprite. Bi-pride sprite. That's surprisingly hard to say for some reason. Ooh, should I do Priders again this year? I feel like I should do Priders again this year. Maybe a different kind of Prider. I could do a different group instead of the Maratas. If anybody hasn't seen my Priders, you simply must go to my Instagram. I think it's one of the ones that I have. Do I have that one pinned? I think I do. If not, I should probably pin it. I'll probably just actually put that post in my stories during June at some point. That was one of my favorite manis of all time. My little Priders. They were the cutest. You're going to do Pride Tiny Animals? Do Gay Fish. Oh, Gay Fish is such a good idea. We're all trying to outdo Linry. She did do very nice Gay Fish. They were excellent gay fish. The Priders are so special. I love them. I love them too. They were really cute. They made me very happy. I think they deserve to be done again. All right, I need some longer hairs. Cinnamon has been yelling at the gate and is about to be let in. Not into this room, though. She is banned from this room unless I can, like, actively watch her because she is a pain in the ass and really likes to get into some shit. Plus, she will openly harass her sister. And poor Jammy Dodgers doesn't deserve that. Not when she's just trying to sleep. Yes, Najwa, these are soot sprites. I'm so glad that you recognize them despite the fact that they're not black. Dig, dig, dig. Also welcome. There was a whole conversation earlier about how they can't be soot sprites if they're not black because they're not sooty. But it's my stream and I'm in charge, so they're soot sprites. Oh, this is such a bad angle. And this polish is getting so gloopy. Despite all the thinner. All right, I'm going to have to actually add thinner to the bottle itself. And start using a separate area of the mat, I think. I'm sorry, Kat. I have to. You understand? I have to. I simply must harass you. If you start live streaming and I show up to it, then you can harass me similarly. Turnabout, after all, is fair play. Oh boy, do I ever need to tidy that one up. That's not great. All right. Surely we can get something approximating a circle on this. Like, I'm not asking for perfection here. Just... that's a little better. There we go. Good enough. Good enough, club. The bar glitters are soot hair-like. That is exactly the thinking. That was part of what inspired the whole concept. Bullying evenly makes the best friendships. You know, as long as everyone is, as long as it's like consensual bullying, I think it's okay. All right, let's squirt some thinner in here and give this a shake. You know, you only harass the people that you love. Well, that's me, I guess. If I don't like you, then I don't have time to or energy to waste on you. So I'm probably just not going to bother talking to you at all. So if I'm, you know, giving you a hard time on stream, then you know that we're friends. All right, here we go. There's Summer's little friend. One more. Consent is key. We're big fans of consent here. Okay, this guy. You know what? This one doesn't have arms and legs out. Does that mean that the background is just a bunch of soot hair? Yeah, sure, why not? I've decided that this one does not have its arms and legs out. And part of the reason for that is that there's not a lot of space on my pinky. And I feel like it will be too hard to make it look okay. But also, I kind of want to have one that doesn't have arms and legs out. I just think it would be cute to have one that's just being all balled up. He'll just be a floof. Just a floof friend. Alright, we'll get the little hairs first. This is behaving a little better now. Now that that's been thinned out a bit. I am bad about taking the time to like stop and actually thin my polishes when they need it. Especially my crumbs that I use for nail art all the time. Because I'm already adding so much thinner on the mat all the time that it sort of just feels like, you know, well, I can just thin it on the mat. It's fine. But I always forget how much of a difference it makes if the actual stuff coming out of the bottle is also a little thinner. Just no need to work on hard mode, you know? All right. Get these longer hairs in here. Try and stay the hell away from my skin there because I don't want to have to be freaking cleaning black creme out of my skin fold there. Alright, need to clean this off. You need to do maintenance of your crumb drawer. Yeah. I still need to deal with doing all of my cabochons for my drawers. And I know that I really just need to do a daytime stream and just chill and paint cabs. But I haven't got around to it. If anybody has any spare round to its, can send them to my place. That's not a good joke. It's in fact an extremely bad joke. All right, we're almost done, y'all. We're in the home stretch here. Oh, that's not big enough at all. We'll just have to go over a little bit of that with white. Yeah, I feel like it's... I don't really want to spend my Thursday night stream doing just like painting cabochons from my drawers because I sort of feel like that's... I don't know. Isn't that like less interesting? I don't know. Is it? I feel like it's less interesting for people. Maybe it's not. Because then you get to actually look at parts of my collection that you don't necessarily see all the time. You can pity laugh for me. Why would you do that? Okay. It depends how chatty I want to be. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I sort of talk to myself all the time, but it would be a lot of like getting up and going over to the drawer and then coming back and then like painting a bunch of cabochons and then getting up and going over to the drawer. I do feel like, so I'm more likely to do it if I'm streaming it, for reasons that I don't entirely understand. But I'm just not sure if people would want to watch that. You've been painting swatch sticks and organizing drawers this whole time. You'd 100% join for a cabochon stream. All right. As long as Jammy's here, yeah. It's truly Jammy is the star of the show. I know everyone actually comes for Jammy. That's fine. That is why I got a cat cam. Okay. And then this one. I feel like this one's looking up over here. There we go. Oh, no. You got a little void in your center there. Come on. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I mean, I always have the option of gathering cats into the room and closing the door, and then they'll inevitably land in one of a handful of locations that are usually fairly reasonable to film. Y'all, these guys came out pretty freaking cute. Now it is 9:30, so I'm thinking for the other hand, I'm just going to slap another coat of the topper on. And actually, you know what? What if I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay. I'm gonna do a thing here. That's not quite enough. I need it to come over a little bit further. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just messing around here. Messing around, getting some freaking polish on me. There we go. All right, a little cleanup. I think I need more acetone in my cleanup bin here. My cleanup cap is almost empty. Also, how the heck did that happen? What is this all about? Hang on. Really? Really? Okay, let me get some more acetone out. I could just talk while you watch Jammy sleep. You'd be cool with that too? Yeah. All right. And then for the next nail, we need orange and yellow. Okay. So go orange. And yellow. And then the topper up here. And I'm not actually going all the way down the nail here. I'm stopping part way. Okay. Am I going to get tattoos on my other hand at any point? No. No, I have an intentional flow to the tattoos. So my tattoos are on my left arm, and then they go up the arm and then across my back. I have plans to do stuff down my right side, and then I already have a bunch of work on my right leg. But my right arm and my left leg are intentionally left blank. That was a thing I decided pretty early on in my tattoo. Jeez. Just freaking dinged that with the other hand and got freaking orange on this thumb. Hang on. We got to clean that up. Oh boy. It's not a stream if I don't ding something. Yeah, I decided on this sort of flow for my tattoos pretty early on. I think by the time I had like maybe 2 or 3 tattoos, that was kind of what I decided. I like being lopsided, yeah. It's not lopsided though. There's a flow to it. It's just not it's not a simple symmetry. That's all. And of course, it's almost exclusively bugs because it's me. Obviously, it's going to be bugs. I keep closing the topper bottle instead of just closing the jelly bottles. I need to stop doing that because I need the topper bottle open. Yeah, it's balanced without being symmetrical, which for me, I prefer non-symmetrical balance to symmetrical balance. All right. You forgive me for the hamburger black and white? You know, I don't think I needed your forgiveness, but I'm glad that you feel better about my hamburger black and white now. I'm glad that you found some peace with my hamburger black and white. Oh, that's too much. Peggy, you've done too much. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. Everything's fine. You forgot about the black and white hamburger lines? You people. The problem is that if I had done them vertically instead, it would have been hard to keep an area that did not have black or white under it, and that was visible from on top without being at a weird angle on the side of the nail or something. So it was actually the optimal way in this case. You're thinking too conventionally. Y'all got to get out of your boxes. All right, we do purple over here, and then I'm gonna loop back to the pink on the other side of this. This is like, I gotta tell you, this is a thing that made me really happy about this particular collection. And I know that this is silly, but I swatch enough collections and do enough I've done enough sort of gradient things, trying to do a gradient across the whole hand kind of thing. Where if the number of nails is incorrect, it makes things more difficult. It's like unnecessarily difficult if there's the wrong number. And 9 is actually the perfect number because it allows you to loop back to the first on the last nail. You might think that 5 or 10 would be the perfect number, and 5 is good, but 9 is perfect. Okay, we're gonna do a partial second coat, but only on the very tips. It's safe in the box, dark and quiet. Yeah, no, I understand the box is safe, but outside the box is fun. See, how pleasing is it that you can do 2 on each nail with a loop back at the end? It just made me really happy. Is that... Am I crazy to be that happy about it? I'm just real happy about it. I liked it that it did that. I shouldn't have screwed down all these caps. And this is the one where I frickin' dinged it like an idiot. All right. There we go. Comes full circle. You do want a black jelly version though? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, okay, this is true. Ashley, you're correct. Summer, petition for an autumn version of these. I would like a black jelly. I would like a brown jelly. Maybe like a wine or oxblood would be nice. Can we do like a darker olivey kind of? Maybe just like a small, like a mini collection. Just a mini autumn, you know? Like I feel like you could just do it with 5. Forest green, yeah. Sort of seems like you have to do it. There's a fair bit of support in this chat, in this incredibly massive chat that has so many people in it. Everybody peer pressure. Let's all pressure Summer now. See, this is why makers love to come to these things, so that they can be harassed into making more collections. You already begged for an autumn rainbow polish collection in your last video? The arcade jellies are getting an autumn winter release. Ooh. Ooh. All right. All right. I would also accept that. Yeah, the bar glitters are really fun. The specifically hollow bar glitters. Other bar glitter are... I just dinged this real bad. And also I cannot talk. But we'll just pretend that didn't happen. Other bar glitters I think can get fucked, but the hollow ones are good. I am officially a fan. I don't know how I managed to mash that quite so badly. Do I need to redo, or did I manage to sort of stick it back well enough? I think I stuck it back well enough. It's fine. It'll be good once we get the top coat on there. Yeah, the arcade is good. Good set. All right. There we go. That's cute too. Okay, so we need, on this hand, we're gonna need, Peggy, you need to slow down and stop dinging your fucking nails on stuff. Carefully reach over and grab the seal glaze, please and thank you. Benefit of jellies is you can smush without lines, yeah. Yeah, they're a little easier to fix. You used your hollow bar glitter topper over your mani recently. It's really good over light colors. Yeah. Also, if you have other jellies that you already own and love, it would be a lot of fun to get the topper from this collection and do some sandwiching. Plus, it's got the reflective in it as well. Okay, so we'll get our seal glaze over top of here to prevent smudging when I top coat it. There's a small sick part of my brain that wants to suggest doing a matte top coat, but don't worry, I'm not gonna do that to you. It's just that my brain is like, Sit Sprites need a matte top coat, but Hollow does not need a matte top coat. In fact, it needs the opposite of a matte top coat. So we're not actually going to do that, but it was a fun, sick thought. Okay. Hey, get in there. Move. There we go. All right, and then we'll top coat here. This one did not blend as well as some of the other ones, but, you know, I'm not going to worry too much about it. It is, after all, just my right hand. I'm probably not even going to take photos of this hand. Oop. It did come off on the brush a little bit, which is not entirely surprising given how saturated these are and that I did not wait very long after painting that. That would be blasphemous, yeah. But I've already blasphemed by making rainbow Sit Sprites, haven't I? How much worse can I be, really? I'm not going to. I promise. I will not mattify the hollow. It would truly be tragic. All right. This is super cute. Will you... I mean, it doesn't matter if it focuses, I guess, because it's cute even when it's not focused, but... It's just such a cute little collection. I still need to top coat these guys, but I'm gonna give it a minute and let that seal glaze dry for a little while before I top coat it. This hand I will take proper photos and post them and everything, which is gonna make a grand total of 3 different nail art looks with this collection that I'll end up posting, which is more than I normally would do, but especially for a full collection. But I just really like them. I think they're very cute. Okay, did anyone have any questions or anything that they wanted any comparison? I mean, I don't have other Plus Life stuff to compare with, but if there's like other stuff that you think I have in my collection that you think might be similar in some way, or you want a color comparison, holler. But I don't think that I really have a whole lot that's very similar to this. Like, I have the Tyler's Trinkets Drag Queen Candy Shop, but obviously it's not the bar glitters, and they're a little more neon, so I don't think any of those are going to be very comparable to this. I'm trying to think if I have anything else that's sort of like semi-close, but most of the stuff that I have... Well, I mean, I guess there would be like the Hollow Taco linears would probably be the best comparisons I would have for color. So if anyone wanted color matching or color comparisons, that would probably be the most useful thing I could do. Why am I this amazing? I have 49 years of experience. Really, why am I not more amazing is the question you should be asking yourself. I've had 49 years, for fuck's sake. Get your shit together. That's really... Thank you. No. I can't answer that question. It's not a real question, actually. Why are you this amazing? How about that? Does anybody want to see a hamburger? This is just to hurt SJ. It's effective. All right, I think we're dry enough for a regular top coat now. Make it extra cute. So cute. You take that back. I won't. You can't make me. No, I'm just being silly. You love hamburger now? You came around? Excellent. Excellent. So happy. So happy you've come around to hamburger. I also like a good hot dog. It just depends on the context, but... Look how freaking cute these are, though. So sparkly and happy. Kat, if you want, you can think of them in your head as something other than soot sprites. I'm gonna keep calling them soot sprites, though. It's just very colorful soot for pride. Only one of them has a name, though. I noticed. Only Edwin got named. Maybe they're all named Edwin or Edwina or Edwiny. Oh, we forgot Polish Mountain. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I got so distracted. All right. Here, let's get the orange on there. And, well, oh my goodness. Ooh. Oh. Oh, hang on. Excuse me? Why do I love this color, though? That's a magnificent color. Okay, so that is, so far, that is one coat of regeneration, one coat of healing, and one coat of fire resistance. And I legit love this color. It's gorgeous. Maybe this is what they look like before the soot. Or if the dust was rainbow colored, they could be rainbow dust bunnies. What's the holiday where they have the colored powder? It's Holy, right? They have the colored powders. It's that. Need to do all the combos. The green one is Igor. Okay. Igor. I like Igor. So we have Edwin on the thumb and then Igor. This one here is Esmeralda in the middle. That one looks like a firecracker went off. Which one? All right, do we want to... I'm scared to try adding this soon, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to live so dangerously. Okay, we got the yellow. Okay, now I like it less. It's still cool, but I really liked that the pink orange red or pink red orange layering. All right, so that's with leaping on top. So we got 4 of the colors so far. Hindu festival holy, yeah. No, that's it. Google is not drunk. That was what my brain was telling me as well. Drunk Google, not drunk festival. Yeah. I mean, today, for a little while there, Google refused to admit that it was 2025. So we know how Google is doing these days. Okay. While we wait for that, let's set up some layering experiments, okay? So we've already seen the one. I'll go ahead and do it anyway, though. I'm just going to do, I think, should I do just 2 colors? I feel like I should do just 2 colors. So we'll do pink and red, red and orange, orange and yellow, yellow and green, green and dark green. We can probably, well, I don't know, maybe. I don't know if we want to skip that or not. Dark green and swiftness. For some reason it's easier for me to remember the name of that than name the color. Swiftness and dark blue, and then blue and purple, and then purple and pink. Of course it's going to work out. We have time. We have space. We have so much space. It's perfect. It's going to work out perfectly. It's going to work out perfectly. Let's go ahead and do this second coat there. All right, so that is 1 layer of pink, 1 layer of red. The pink kind of gets lost in the red at this point, but it may not. Then do opposite colors with each other. 3 colors so it's even. Or every other color. Oh my god, y'all are complicating things. Look, my tiny brain can barely handle this part, okay? Did I freaking... No, I didn't. I didn't screw anything up yet. We're good. We're still good. For now. I think we're ready for a coat of green on our mountain. So this one's night vision. Ooh, it's gonna get real ugly, y'all. It's gonna get real ugly. I kind of dig it, though. Okay. Back to combos. Yeah, they won't look exactly the same this direction as they would the other direction, but what I'm going to do is just flip over the thing and you'll be able to see both directions. And obviously I can't do an all by all because that would just be ridiculous and take up way too much time and space. Do I mean prugly? I guess I mean prugly. I feel like the word prugly to me, I have a hard time deciding what it means because I think it means different things to different people. Because most of the colors that people call prugly are just colors that I think are really pretty and I like them. So like, pardon me. So like if prugly just means most people might think it's ugly, but some of us love it, then that's true of a lot of things. Like mushrooms, you know? I don't know. Like, define prugly, I think is what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't want to use up all the polish. That is an issue. Okay, let's do a coat of this. So this is the one advantage to using clear instead of colored swatch rings, is that you can put stuff underneath. So if there's going to be a difference in the way it looks when it's, so this one's yellow on top of orange, and then this is orange on top of yellow. So if there's going to be a difference in the way it looks in the layering, which clearly there is, then you can see it from the other side. To you, Prugly is a color most would find unappealing or underappreciated. Yes. So in that case, then yeah, I guess that's kind of how I think of it. But I'm always curious how other people think of it, because I feel like we're not always all using the same definitions for some of this stuff. All right. So that's oozing, and then this one is swiftness. I feel like oozing and swiftness are going to layer really nicely together. Definitely don't want to add any more to my mountain yet. The mountain is going to become a problem because every new coat that I put on increases the time that it takes to dry, and I'm not giving nearly enough time between coats for it to dry. Okay, so oozing and swiftness, with swiftness on top, fucking gorgeous. With swiftness on the bottom, also fucking gorgeous. A little more emeraldy this way, I think. And this way is definitely solidly in teal, watery sort of zone. Super pretty both ways, though. I really like that combo. And I like that you can get this like in between green. It's like halfway in between these two by layering them. That one doesn't look as different flipped, which is interesting. Maybe because the colors are already fairly close to each other. I'm going to continue the mountain. Don't you worry. It's causing problems is all. I'm not stopping. I'm not a fucking coward, Ashley. I'm doing the mountain. We're climbing to the top of it. We only have a couple more to go after all. Okay. Now we got water bottle. This one is Summer's favorite. It is a really pretty blue. It's just a really blue. It's the bluest blue. It's what I think of when I think of like a cerulean blue. So water bottle over top of swiftness kind of looks almost like one coat of water bottle, but just more saturated. But I know that a second coat of water bottle is also going to darken it up slightly, so it'll look different from that. But the other way around, that is really pretty. It's like halfway in between water bottle and swiftness. Interesting. See, there's water bottle and swiftness over here in two coats. Oh my god, I just fucking touched the mountain. I touched the mountain. I got so much goo. Perfect. I did a perfect job. It's perfect. Okay, I want to do this mountain again slowly. I'm going to continue it, but I want to do it again slowly, do it properly so that I can truly appreciate the mountain and then like take a photo of it. I might do it on a single tip rather than on a wheel. All right. Because I do feel like it deserves to be done properly. Looks more like the mountain touched me, yeah. The mountain is now a volcano. You are not wrong. Ooh, okay, this is fun. That's a fun combo. Turtle Master over top of water bottle. That's cool. And kind of more of a... It's slightly bluer than indigo when it's flipped so that the blue is on top of the purple. But it's like borderline indigo. And then on this side it's slightly purpler than indigo. They like sandwich indigo. That's really cool. Okay, and then oh, let me put water bottle on the mountain. Let me put water bottle on the mountain is a statement. She's a thick bitch, y'all. Okay, and then we need a layer of regeneration on top of Turtle Master. Over here, which is going to give us a little bit more of a magenta tone, I think. Yeah. That looks pretty solidly magenta to me. And then sort of plummy the other way around. Very cool layering. I like that you can kind of get some in-between tones this way. You're just full of good ideas tonight? Yeah, you are. Even if this one tried to murder me. Let me get one of my press-ons. Get one that I don't use, a size that I don't use. Oof, try not to freaking mess up my nails doing this. I'm going to use this one to do a proper slow mode polish mountain. I don't often use press-ons. I occasionally pull them out when I have a real bad break. But boy, is it ever handy having them around for this kind of thing. The mountain looks like it's trying to escape. Yeah, totally. It's like oozing off. Polish mountain sandwich. Yeah, I feel like I need to like hold it upside down, but I don't have a good way to do that. All right, let's add that last purple, and I'll go ahead and get the new mountain started, but the rest of it's going to have to happen off screen. Or maybe I'll film it. There we go. Here, let me hold that upside down for a bit. It's funny, it just sort of looks dark. Sort of a dark purpley color from this side. Dark red. Press the press on the mountain jelly sandwich. Oh my god. That's a fun idea. Yeah, it's like really interesting to see it from underneath. Hey, that seems to be helping the shape, so it's not like sagging off. So I think I actually do just need to like let it dry like this, and maybe that will actually be good. Might actually be good. How much it would change going in the opposite order for the mountain? Yeah, I mean the mountain ends up being sort of pretty opaque by the end. So I don't know. Don't know if it would change it a whole heck of a lot ultimately. It's not like you can see through it. The top and the underside would look different for sure, but... All right, we've got our first coat for our new proper mountain. You're not gonna like drip off, are you? It might. It's like forming a little weird dome. See that? I might need to like sit here and flip it periodically as it dries. Thin coats. Yeah, no, it's just, Ray, it's just that I'm not doing thick coats of it, really. It's just that it's too many coats for the mountain. You just need more dry time, that's all. There's no good way to do a mountain quickly. You simply cannot. No matter how thin your coats are, you cannot do a mountain quickly. It's your total thickness ends up way too much very quickly. And then everything is getting re-wet every time and gotta let it cook, that's right. Yeah, I feel like I need to like flip this periodically for the first little while as it's drying to keep it from flattening out too much or from peaking too much. But you can kind of see what it looks like in terms of like how different it looks if it was reversed. So the way that I did it, and then the way it looks with the same colors but reversed. So if I top coated the underside of this and top coated the top of this once it was all done, you would basically have both directions of a polished mountain. Put it in front of the air filter breeze, yeah. I will update it if it update you if it escapes for sure. Yeah, I don't think that the air filter breeze is going to help quite enough with that. It just needs to off gas, that's all. It just needs to off gas. It needs to cure, and that takes time. Let's have some Jammy Dodgers. I said it at the beginning. I'm saying it again now. I was given these polish bottles to play with and swatch. So I was basically paid for swatching with product. So full disclosure there. I didn't get any money to do this. Or any money at all. I didn't get any extra product to do this part of things. This is just because content makes us content, and we enjoy playing with the things, and it's fun. So yeah, I'm as unbiased as I can be under the circumstances. There was quite a long essay that someone wrote as a comment on an influencer's post in the nail community, talking about how you cannot be unbiased if you're receiving product for free, which is very funny because it was a really long comment. But you know, we can be as unbiased as we can be. And I think this is a pretty fucking great collection. I really enjoyed putting it on my nails. I've really enjoyed wearing it. It's a great formula, and if you're into the hollow bar jellies and you don't already have a collection of awesome, fun jellies, then this might be a really good option for you. Like I said, it's $13 per bottle, 11 for the topper. They're going to be available on June 1st at 3 p.m. Summer, thank you. Good times. Perfect timing in the chat. June 1st at 3 p.m. PST. $2 from each bottle of this collection is going to support Rainbow Railroad, which is, if you're not familiar with it, a wonderful charity group that is helping queer people in dangerous situations get out of those situations and go somewhere safer. So great cause. And then also the previous collections from previous years, $1 from each bottle of those will also be donated to Rainbow Railroad. So great causes. So that's the what are the names? Gotta make sure I have the names of those collections correct. Hold, please. Soda Pop Shop and Arcade Jellies are the previous two collections that $1 of each bottle will be donated. But it's $2 for these ones, the new collection. So good cause, fun polish. And if you're on a low buy or something, maybe all you get is that fun topper. Gives you all the bling, and you can pair it with whatever fun jellies you have. So, and yeah, I know. I don't think these are limited edition. Are they, Summer? Oh yeah, it's 10% off if you grab the whole set as well. I'm pretty sure they're not limited edition. They haven't been listed as such, and I know that Summer likes to keep things in stock for people. So I'm suspecting that if you can't get them right away, you'll probably be able to get them down the road. That is my guess, if I don't hear otherwise during this chat. Oh, there we are. Not limited edition, so excellent. All right. This was a ton of fun. Thank you all so much for coming. So glad to have Summer in the chat. It's always nice when the maker shows up for things like this. And partly to answer your questions that I don't have the answers to. Thank you, Jammy Dodgers, for being an excellent co-host, as always. My lovely assistant, Jammy Dodgers. Next week, same time, same place. I don't know what we're doing. We'll figure it out. Probably something Pride related, though. I think I want to do Pride streams basically through the whole month. So we'll have lots of fun rainbow action. All right. Thanks, everyone.